Coming up on Torrance Today, a large group of realtors serve hundreds of special needs children and adults at Wilson Park. The California Welcome Center hosts an open house enticing more people to discover Torrance. And our city joins other parts of the South Bay to plan for a greener future. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's 4 p.m. on Thursday, May 11th. I hope you are wrapping up a good week. Thank you so much for joining us. Here's our first story. If you were out at Wilson Park today, you may have seen a lot of people dressed up in red. They were part of Keller Williams Realty's South Bay offices, serving our community as part of Red Day.
The whole purpose is our culture. You know, we're family oriented. We believe in God, family and business. It's all started from Keller Williams back in Austin, Texas, where Mo Anderson kind of created this about 20-something years ago. And it's an event that across the nation and Canada, we all get together as real estate agents and professionals to give back to the community.
Today we have members of the community that are handy capable, and they don't get a lot of opportunity to get out and do activities and do things. And so this day is for them to do a lot of different crafts. There's a balloon toss, there's different crafts for making crowns. We're going to be serving them lunch, hamburgers and hot dogs and good stuff. And just a lot of fun things, activities for them to do out here in this beautiful park environment. Give back. Every opportunity that you can, give back to those that are in need, those that need help.
Every year, the company shuts down so its employees can use that time to focus on serving others in need. This year, they invited many Adult Day programs in our city to participate. We are so grateful to see Keller Williams focusing on helping our special needs community in this special way. Did you know that Torrance is home to one of only 22 welcome centers in the state? City leaders and supporters gathered at the Del Amo Fashion Center for an open house celebrating California and Torrance.
Thank you all for spending your Wednesday morning with us. It's great to see you all.
Discover Torrance is our city's Visitors Bureau, and we also manage the California Welcome Center. There's a lot of opportunity for partnerships, and we're doing it in the month of May because this is National Tourism Week this week, and for California, it's Tourism Month. If people want to come and find out what events are going on in the city, or pick up brochures on, let's say, the Torrance Art Museum or our upcoming summer concerts, we're the place to come. And we have happy, peppy people in California Poppy Orange ready to help you.
This open house at the Del Amo Fashion Center is huge. The Del Amo Fashion Center is one of the largest shopping malls in the nation, so it generates revenue. And the more revenue you generate for the city, the more services we provide for our constituents. Torrance is a very strategically, uniquely located city in the West Coast. We have one of the best weather in the state or in the nation. We have a beach here. You could be on the beach in the morning, you could be in the mountains in the afternoon. We have the airport, LAX. We have Long Beach. We're a very safe community. We have very good schools.
And the list continues. My husband and I have dropped by several times to pick up pamphlets before road trips and souvenirs after a beer run. The California Welcome Center Torrance greets more than 6,000 visitors each month. It's located at the main entrance on level 1 between Express and Uniqlo. Students and their parents had a lot of fun recently celebrating different cultures that make up John Adams Elementary School. From showcasing different dancing styles and music to learning how to make tortillas, the PTA Multicultural Carnival Family Night encouraged the little minds to share what they know about their family's diverse backgrounds. City Cable Cindy Kennedy captured these moments for us and says another highlight was getting to meet other families who share the same culture. This event came at the end of Multicultural Week, where students spent each school day learning about and promoting each other's differences that make them unique. Our city is joining a regional effort to become more environmentally conscious when it comes to purchasing equipment that uses energy.
It's really part of our future plan is finding ways to become more efficient and also to reduce our energy consumption as a whole. We're going to be looking at a variety of light fixtures and anything that consumes energy and tagging that information so that we can understand where our kilowatt usage is actually going and how we can potentially improve in the future.
We created climate action plans back in 2017. Some of our cities maybe don't have the time or capacity with staff to go around their facilities and get this like detailed workbook of all the lights and energy using equipment. So we hope to relieve that burden a little bit by us taking those pictures and making these site visits and making all the recommendations they need to make well-informed decisions on purchasing energy using equipment.
The big goal is to help all cities in the South Bay identify opportunities to go green. The South Bay Cities Council of Governments, also known as South Bay COG, is conducting the inventories at South Bay municipal facilities in partnership with the Southern California Regional Energy Network, or SoCalREN. The South Bay COG will use the information to identify potential funding sources to help Torrance and its neighboring cities convert to more sustainable equipment. It will also use the information to update recommended energy-saving strategies within the city's climate action plan developed in 2017. Those strategies will help Torrance do its part to move the state toward the goal of reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. As we inch towards the weekend, here are a few key events taking place in our city. Saturday is filled with opportunities to give generously, do some more spring cleaning, visit our firefighters, volunteer at a local park, and apply for a cool summer job. The U.S. Postal Service letter carriers remind you to leave donations of acceptable food and personal care items next to your mailbox on Saturday for its food drive called Stamp Out Hunger. The city will host an e-recycling and paper shredding event by the courthouse parking lot. Our firefighters will hold open houses at all stations except 4 because that one is under construction. Seaside Heroes Park will hold its monthly beautification event. It happens every second Saturday of the month. And the city will host an in-person hiring event for aquatics instructors and lifeguards. The 61st Annual Armed Forces Day celebration returns in just 1 week. The 3-day celebration begins Friday, May 19th and includes a free concert, a 5K for freedom, and the nation's longest-running military parade that is sponsored by a city. Torrance will also recognize a U.S. Coast Guard as its honorary military branch for 2023. For details on each event, go to torranceca.gov/AFD. As we head into the weekend, be sure to catch the latest episodes of Weekends in Torrance. On Friday, Gene Higginbotham and his family share what it took to restore their 123-year-old home that features Queen Anne architecture from the Victorian era. Then, Wild Residency, a collaboration between the Torrance Art Museum and the Madrona Marsh Preserve and Nature Center, introduces us to Katie Shanks, the first artist in residence to use the marsh as her muse. And on Sunday, Torrance resident Roberta Philbrick celebrates her 101st birthday with close friends. She reflects on her life and reminds us about the importance of appreciating each day and trying to make it pleasant for ourselves and for those around us. All this and more on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday right here on Torrance City Cable. Well, still ahead, it's Thoughtful Thursday, and we share a very special Mother's Day message from Councilmember Sharon Kalani when we come back in 60 seconds.
I've given a lot of thought to this, and I'm here to announce my retirement from sports. soccer, tennis, volleyball. I've taken my game as far as it can go. The pressure it takes to play at 9 is not what I expected when I started at 5. I'm done with parents picking apart my every move when I just need time to figure it out on my own. I'm through with the coaches that think I'm not strong enough or smart enough, even though my body and brain are still growing. I'll miss my teammates, but I obviously can't compete at this level. Should I try another sport? I think it's a little late for that. So I'm just going to retire. Any questions?
At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to share a positive story that fits the theme for the day. This Thoughtful Thursday comes just a few days before Mother's Day, and Councilmember Sharon Kalani shares an incredible story about her mother, reminding us to hold on to our priceless memories.
My mother, Reba, was a woman before her time. She wanted to accomplish things that women never did. She was the daughter of a career naval officer, and then her mother was a concert pianist and choir director. She grew up almost being forced to learn the piano and the violin, the cello. So she became so good at that at such a long age that she had a radio station, and people would gather around the radio in the afternoon to hear this little girl's music abilities. Everything she touched, she wanted to master and do super well. She wanted to apply to West Point, and she was arrested because she was declined entrance at the time for being a woman. Prior to that, she decided, with her love of flight, to get her solo pilot's license, and did at the age of 12. She always told me that that was only an obstacle, and she had to find a way to go around that or to overcome it. When her health started to fail, she lost her leg to diabetes, and she went to a prosthetic company and she said, "Let me test electrodes for you." So she found a way to test these prostheses that actually would send signals to your brain that you were touching something or that you were holding on to something. She influenced me to be my best and to do well at everything I wanted to do. But she also told me an important lesson: to leave everything better. If she was here, I would just give her a big hug and wish her a happy Mother's Day. And I think that's something that we all need to think about, is that to go and hug our moms, because time is a thief, right? Time's a thief, and go hug your mom today. That's what I want everybody to know.
She first gave us a glimpse of this heroic figure in March as she accepted a Women of Influence recognition during Women's History Month. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us, Councilmember Kalani. And her story made me reflect on my mother as well. I call her 엄마, and she is a big reason why I can still read and speak Korean today. She immigrated from South Korea during the 1970s and had to restart her life here during her college years. I can't imagine having to relearn a new language and play catch-up for years, but she did, and now she lives just down the street from me and is a loyal Torrance Today viewer. What I love the most about 엄마 is that she brings me homemade Korean food almost every week. And I think what she loves the most about me is that I married a wonderful guy who has become the son she's always wanted. Happy Mother's Day, 엄마. See you on Sunday. As we close out our show during Military Appreciation Month, we're saying thank you to our local heroes from right here in Torrance. Today, we salute Captain Shayna Musharon of the U.S. Marines. Her family lives in Torrance, and we just want to say thank you for your service. Do you know someone in our city that we can honor in this way? Please send us a name, a picture, and a little bit of information about them to torrancetoday@torranceca.gov. Well, that's our show for today. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here on Monday with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great weekend.